Good afternoon, this is Kirk Johnston, pro staff at Colorado Youth Outdoors. It sure is awesome to have the opportunity to come out here after being in quarantine for the period of time that we've had to do that. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about pond ecology and catching fish, knowing how to catch fish because of the different ecologies that exist within water. So a big part of knowing where to fish and how to fish is, where are you? What can you find? And this is a great way to do it. Go find a map. Go inside, sit down, get a map of the area that you're going to fish. I know that fish like different kinds of cover. And just by looking at this map, I can find all of these docks. I can find islands. I have an idea that there's going to be, where these white parts are, there's going to be some bluffs underwater and so forth. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for when I'm talking about fishing ecology. I want to find where the fish feel protected, and then I want to go fish there. This is a great place to start on a map. So just looking at pond ecology, notice how we have all these fish down here. If we look out here in the sun, we don't have as many, okay? So that's one thing that we can definitely look at. Fish like to congregate in the shade. And when we looked at our map, we saw the Enron pavilion, but now let's take a look at it. We know that we have fish right here because of the shade. As we look out, we see cattails. We see lots of weeds. They also like to congregate in the weeds. Down in that corner, there's two different places for logs, where there's logs. Fish want that protection, and they can get shade potentially from structures that are in the water. And that's what we're looking for. As we look across this pond, we want to find structure where we have shade, potentially over there where the trees may be putting some shade onto the water. Fish are going to congregate there. All right, let's go take a walk and see if we can find some really cool places that we think might hold fish. All right, so we're in a dock situation. This is Walleye Pond or Walleye Lake, and we're in a dock situation. How do you think we want to fish this, Tessa?
Close to the dock.
Close to the dock, and there's a big pillar right there, right? And so fish lots of times want structure in the water. So how you would do this is that you want to get close as you can, let that sink down, and see if we can get anything to go after that structure. Go ahead. Yeah, now there you go. But that's exactly when we're talking about fish ecology. This is the kind of stuff where they like to hang out. Again, there's shade here. Now we can't see the fish, but yeah, just play with it. I think you've already got something on there. Is that a crawdad that was grabbing it? The other thing that we know about this pond is that there's a whole bunch of concrete in here that would hold the fish. So not only would you not need to be super close, but you could cast out and then reel in and drag it on the bottom. Yeah? But they just like the structure. So check this out. I think these are a bunch of spawning beds right here in the water. Pretty cool. Where they've dug down and they're trying to find a place to protect their eggs, the bass are. What we're looking for here in the ecological part of fishing is that we have this shallow part right here, and then all of a sudden we see this sudden drop and the water becomes darker. Anytime that we see a change in the color of the water, that's a place that we want to fish. The fish are probably sitting right on the other side of where the water gets darker. They're waiting for something to come out from the shallow part in there, or something to swim over the top coming to the shore, and then they're going to go attack and eat it. Here's the thing I think about it with pond ecology and the thought process of it is that this is really, you have to dedicate to it if we were going to take a packed word. In my estimation and experience hunting and fishing and being in the outdoors, the harder a place is to get to, generally the better the fishing, the better the hunting, because people don't go there and the animals don't get the pressure. Anytime that you look at a place and you can see that it's difficult to get to, for example, Nobody ever fishes down in this corner because it's really difficult. There's 10-foot what do we call those?
Cattails.
Cattails down there. It's very difficult to fish unless you can cast all the way across. So dedicate yourself to looking at the ecology of a pond before you go fishing or hunting, but the ecology of the land. And don't forget to like us and subscribe to this channel. And remember that any time that you can get out into the outdoors or come to CYO, it's time well spent. Thank you, guys.